part 2 on the experience I had with each interview for the podcast that I did. This one is on Chad Marks, Blood on the Razor Wire TV. First of all, I'm going to get into what a lot of people are talking about. This ain't about that. So if you think it is, you're on the wrong video. I'm not here to bash him, dog on him, anything like that. I'm going to keep true facts true on my end. And with everything else about stuff with the situations that you may or may not have heard of, it's his job to describe that and talk about that if he chooses to, which he did. So 2 nights ago, was that last night? Shit, I already forget. He was live and he made a YouTube session called The Attack because he's been being attacked. I'm not going to go all into that. Some of you guys seeing this might even judge me for making this video. I'm not condoning, but I'm also realizing it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my family. And he's only done good things for me and my family. So regardless of all the other shit, I'm looking at this, like I said, that's what each part of these is about. My experience with Chad Marks and his podcast has been nothing but good. And I'm going to go into detail. Before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and show all his socials. This is how I found him, was watching prison, podcasts. Found him. This was my second one out of 6 that I've done. Jacob Gentry from Tennessee also played a role in this. So when I did my first one, which I already did the part on that, Joe Guerrero After Prison Show, Jacob Gentry saw me on there, which he also worked with him. So then he commented on my video and said, I just did one with Chad Marks. And I said, oh yeah, no way, can you get a hold of him? So he jumped me up the line. So shout out to you too. He made it where Chad was like, hey bro, I got a lot going on, I'm kind of swamped. He said, but what I will say is, dude said that you're his homie. He actually, matter of fact, I got a good memory. Chad had a lot going on because I want to say his dad had some type of health issues going on. I don't want to say it and be wrong, but I think it was like something to do with his heart or surgery of some sort. I don't know if he's still all right. So shout out to his family. And I would feel horrible if something's changed from now till then. But I specifically remember I was living at my cousin's while me and her, Monique, was on a separation. And this was, I can't say last summer. Yeah, it was summer of 2024. Now here's Chad's TikTok. And the whole point of these 6-part episodes of this is for me to tell you the story of how it happened and what my experience with them was. And here's his IG. It's the same name, even though it cut off. And he does got a Facebook too, same name. This is my Facebook, but I'm saying he also has one. Now, why I'm saying that he helped me, right? When I first started talking to that dude, and he was busy, he had a lot going on. He was running a store, which, by the way, now he's remodeling homes and some other shit. So, shout out to him. I'm not going to put the numbers out, but he was showing his receipt of how much money he made last year because there were some people trolling him. But I wanted you guys to know, now that I could see numbers like this right here, and this right here, and then my IG, which is trash and needs a lot of work, but I would appreciate it if you guys come rock with me over there too. I can't forget my fiance, Monique. She got her own 21K because we do this as a team. My people fuck with her and vice versa. So we have like, what is that, 84K? I'm just doing it off the top of my head. It might be more or less combined between every platform I just showed you. The 2 Facebooks, my 1 TikTok, my 1 YouTube, and my 1 Instagram. But when I met Chad, I had like 2,000 and below on each one. I was already growing. I already did the 1 interview and I was already growing. But when I met Chad, right, I told him, look, I got all these couple thousand on each platform, but I got a vision. My name is Packy. Well, my name is Patrick McCombs. Everybody calls me Packy. This is my vision to do this one day. Packy Visions TV. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it a real 1,000 with you guys. I added the TV later on, kind of feeling like I copied him because his shit sounded so hard. And if I know you're seeing this, Chad, probably like, what the fuck? You know, Blood on the Razor Wire TV. It just sounded like a podcast. My name at the time was Packy Visions when I first switched it. I added the TV, Packy Visions TV, made it sound like a podcast. And any of my OGs that remember, when I first came home, our name was Finally Free Family Life. Then we changed it to That One Couple, one spelled W-O-N, like winning. Then once we separated, I became Packy Visions. Then I added the TV, and it's been a wrap ever since. Now I have my own, you know, my what I call my visionaries community, because those are my daily viewers, people who rock with me. And this is the next part I want to mention, why I was inspired by Chad, even though y'all are going to call it copying, and I mean, it kind of is. That's why I'm not going to fucking lie. My freedom visionaries, his one thing he has is freedom fighters. He does freedom fighters. So, you know, I was a fan of his show, and I got a couple of my ideas from him. Now, some of y'all might not respect that. I hope it ain't offending him. But that's where I got the Freedom Visionaries, and that's where I got the End of My Name TV, because I was seeing him doing what he was doing so successful. Now, I don't copy him with our content at all, because our shit is completely different. He edits it different. He talks about different things. He has a different style. I got my own style and my own content, you know, and it's working for me in the places that I put it. But I did get those couple, you know, okay, look, I think I'm going to try to do something similar to that. I'm just going to, twist it up a little bit. There's a lot of people who do that, but they'll probably never admit that. You guys are always telling me you respect how honest I am. This is definitely. So I say all that to say, when I did this interview, which here in a minute, I'm going to show you a clip, which is like the intro to it. I was nervous, okay, first of all. If you want to go check it out, it's on his YouTube channel, the full interview. Not only was I nervous, I'd only did the one and I was kind of scared, but a lot has changed since then. Like, I'm comfortable behind the camera now. We got all these people rocking with us. When I first did that with Chad, I went to bed and woke up with like 3,000 more people. I had like 5K on all my platforms. So that's why I'm trying to say at least 3,000 of his people came and rocked with me. And probably at least around 2,000 of Joe Guerrero's people came and rocked with me. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys this shit works out with collabing and networking. Like, I had people seeing me and following for me, but I had jump starts. I had other people saying, oh, hey, I saw you on that channel. I followed you. And I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And now I keep saying 6. I'm scheduled to do my 6th one with Christopher Life Willers on December 6th at 7. And I just did my 5th one with Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. Then I did one with Get a Grip Podcast. That was the 4th one. And I did, hold on, I'm spacing out. All right, I just realized where I got confused because I get ahead of myself. My 6th one that was gonna be was actually gonna be Christopher Light Willers with my 5th, but it got pushed back to 6 because I did another interview before I actually got that one because it's scheduled. And the person it is kind of ironic how shit works, but it's somebody that I'm just gonna mention who it is and move on because I know they used to be friends and I don't think they are no more. And I'm not involving in that. Like I said, we actually have a few friends that are content creators that people he's cool with that's fucked me over, I feel like, in the past. They did some shit that kind of made me mad and I lost respect for them. But that don't mean I care about, that don't mean it involves Chad is what I'm saying. I'm not even going to get into that. But my 5th person was DOC TV Unleashed, Josh from Florida. We just recorded one and that's why I said it's 6 now. I'm going to go through and explain all 10 parts, but I got to get through it. You know, right now, I'm finishing this up. I'm going to show the ending of this, the clip to Chad. Now you guys know my part 2 experience out of the 6 interviews that I've done. Go check out everybody I mentioned on this, all 6 of the podcasts, and stay safe, stay free, stay blessed. But I had to take a little beating, shit, a little 2-on-1 for a minute. I ended up getting a cracked rib, a concussion, a knot on my head. So, you know, comes with it. It wasn't.
it's a crazy life to live, right? These are your homeboys, people you're eating with, people you're willing to die for, people you're willing to catch a new case for. And you say, yo, bro, I'm trying to get close to home, be with my family. And I'm going to go to this program. They're like, oh, you disrespected the gang. You end up with a broken rib and a concussion over wanting to leave this, do the right thing for your family.
You just said it right, bro. And it was definitely crazy because I'm gonna put it like this. So it's like very militant there anyways, right? A lot of structure. So that part was kind of cool. It was interesting.